Don't you wish those intro cinematics would be randomized as well? Because hello everybody and welcome to the Pokemon Emerald version Randomizer Nuzlocke. It has been a while since I've done something like this, so I can't promise this is going to be anything too great quality-wise. One thing I can promise you though is that I'm not going to be borders for this Let's Play. I'll get into a lot of talking and explaining. Something in my mouth. We're not even 2 minutes, we're not even a minute in. And I've already got something in my mouth and that sounds wrong. Anyway, let's just get started and I'll try to explain my reasoning and why I'm doing this and everything about this series in the future as we go along. Starting with the fact that yes, this is a randomizer, and also I don't know why that animation took that long. You can see this is supposed to be, I think, don't know actually, it's been a while since I played this game. I think it's supposed to be a mudkip. It definitely isn't a mudkip, it's a pincer. So yes, it is randomized, and I'm not going to explain what a randomizer is too much because you probably know. Why am I doing this? It's been a long while since I have done anything of the Let's Play sort. I think at this point, probably over a year. I've done reviews, the retrospectives, I have been doing top 5 and a couple of top 10s as of like the past 3 or so months, and now I'm doing this again. Doesn't mean I'm gonna stop doing those edited long form content things, it definitely doesn't. This is gonna be more of a side thing, but honestly I just kind of miss doing this, just playing and talking about bullshit. While I try to do that as well a little bit, you know, in the style of the top 10 videos, the countdown lists, it doesn't give me as much freedom to just ramble about things that don't matter whatsoever. So, whereas those edited videos, the countdown lists, are more aimed at opinionated but still informative talking, I guess, this is more about just my life and okay, there's some gameplay footage happening at the same time, and I might actually talk about that a little bit, but that's pretty secondary. Will change from game to game. It won't just be Pokemon Nuzlocke, I would expect, so if you guys have any suggestions as to what games I can Let's Play, only requirement really is that it's not too story heavy, because I'm not gonna do that, at least not for the time being, and not something I have to concentrate on too much. Those are the games I'm going to be playing, just easy to play games, so maybe I'll play Mario, because honestly, that's every Mario game in existence is a rather easy game and I can just play it without thinking about anything. I did try to do this on a live stream format because that would make a lot more sense, right? Do your live streaming and also record the footage for the top 10 videos on live stream and then just talk about it for a little bit and maybe play some other fun games on live stream and everything's gonna be happy. The only issue being is that my internet is not stable enough to do live streaming. Don't get me wrong, depending on what time it is, it can be pretty fast, but it's just not stable. Meaning that yesterday I was downloading a couple of games from Steam because I want to play a couple of games from Steam. Go figure, right? Oh, no. I don't want to go there yet. I want to see what my trainer ID is. My trainer ID starts with it starts with a 0, of course it does. Let's say it starts with a 5. This is important for picking my starter because I want it to be actually random. I don't want to have any choice in the matter. So a 5 means I'm going to pick the second starter. 1, 2, or 3 would have been the first starter. 4, 5, 6, second one, and 7, 8, 9 is the third one, going from left to right, and then if it's a 0, you look at the second number. So that's going to be a Lickitung. I could have had a Pikachu or a Monkey. I think a Lickitung, honestly, isn't that bad of a pick. What kind of accent even was that? I think Lickitung is pretty decent. So one thing I should make abundantly clear, I will get back to the live streaming topic in a little bit, don't worry. Lickitung usually isn't a Flame Electric type. I'm very aware. Lickitung also usually doesn't have Paddle Dance. Those are randomized as well. Typing and movesets are randomized as well. So there's pretty much nothing I ever know about anything I fight and catch. So am I going to win this Nuzlocke? Most probably not. I'm going to be honest with you. The chance of me dying to a Steel-type Rayquaza in the 3rd gym, if that actually ends up happening, I'm going to be so upset. Those chances, they do exist. They are actually pretty reasonable as well. Not that specific situation. The chances of a Steel-type Rayquaza killing me in the 3rd gym, I think less than 1 in a million. Probably less than 1 in a million. That being said, actually, no, those chances would be pretty good because the 3rd gym is brawly, so I'm probably going to fight a fair amount of people. I'm probably going to fight, I'd say like 30 Pokemon there, so the chance of one of those being a Rayquaza, it's pretty reasonable. And it being a Steel type is a 1 in 17 chance. So that's multiplying that, it's probably like a 1 in 2,000 or 3,000 chance, roughly, of me fighting one and then dying to that same Rayquaza. That's a whole lot of matter. But Lickiting's nickname. The name theme for this series is going to be gaming consoles because that's literally the first thing I saw when I started the sentence. So gaming consoles. Lickitung mostly reminds me, for no apparent reason, of I'm trying to make the sentence as long as possible so I can think of something. I'm thinking Nintendo Switch. I don't know why. Is there a console that's known to be pink? I guess there was the pink Game Boy. The Game Boy Advance. There was a pink version of that. At our school we used to call it the Game Girl, because we were clever like that. But I'm going to call it Switch, because that's going to lead to hilarious situations where I can switch in, switch to switch. 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 Switch, that sounds like Twitch. Let's go back on topic. So yeah, my internet isn't too bad. I was downloading a couple of games from Steam and I hit 2 megabytes per second. I know that's download speed, but upload speed isn't too bad either. Because honestly, when I upload videos, it's not that big of a deal. The issue comes in with consistency. You see, there's no buffering in live streaming. If there would be a possibility of me buffering in some kind of way, like sending out more frames after... Oh my god! I don't have any Pokeballs yet, so I can't catch it, but even if I had Pokeballs, I can't catch it probably. I'm not gonna fight this at all. Can't escape, of course I can't. It's got Sky Uppercut! I'm a flying type, I'm fine. Ooh, that did nothing. Anyhow, so yeah, it means that I can probably usually stream in at least like 720p or so. That's not very effective either. So this is going to be a very long fight, which I will eventually win. I'm gonna try running away one more time before I... Okay, I'm stuck in Paddle Dance because Paddle Dance is an Outrage type move. I totally forgot about that. So after I'm done without... Did I just mash the A button without knowing? You see, I haven't played Pokemon in quite a while. So there might be a couple of things that I'm not quite sure how they work yet. I usually would be able to stream. I was thinking, where did I leave off in my story? I'm trying to tell the story and I get interrupted every single time. Usually I'll be able to stream properly in like 720p, at least. Probably, maybe even 1080. But then sometimes it just doesn't send out any data whatsoever. And since there's no buffering of frames, I consistently have to put through 30 frames per second at a certain bitrate. And if there's just no bandwidth whatsoever to work with, that's kind of an issue since there's no buffering. If there were buffering, again, if I could buffer locally something and then just pump out to Twitch's servers and have a little bit more delay that way, I guess, a couple of seconds. I guess that would work, and it would be a very complicated system, and I am fully aware that that's not possible. And I'm fully aware it's very complicated, and that is why it isn't possible. I mean, technically speaking, it probably would be possible, but it wouldn't be practical for Twitch to support something like that. So, here we go. Let's play, and it is. Maybe at some point I'll switch it over to Twitch if I move to another place and have better, more consistent internet. I am running into some very good Pokemon. I can't wait until I get my Pokeballs to capture a few of them. As for right now, though, I'm not very happy with Lucky Tongue's stats. What does Flatter do again? Is it like Swagger for special attack? Seems like Swagger. But I've got own tempo, so I can't get confused. That's amazing. He just killed himself. I think Petal Dance is a special. Yeah, it's before special physical split. So Grass is special. He just killed himself. Why would you use that against a special? I didn't even know there was a special version of Swagger. But that's really good. Lickitung can't get confused. That is actually very, very good. And Quillfish. Usually, you see, this is one of the instances where I'm like, oh, that's a water type. And then immediately after, I'm like, oh, it's also a poison type. So Petal Dance is going to be neutral. But it might be super effective. It might be not very effective because I don't know what typing it is. It's got present as well. Please heal me. You wouldn't heal me. Of course you wouldn't. Still doing no damage whatsoever. Point number 2 I wanted to make in this video. We're about 10 minutes in. I'm now just making point number 2. It's also got Try Attack. That's not point number 2, by the way. I'm recording this first episode and I'm a little bit stupid. Also because I'm probably going to die in this battle. And if that ends up happening, I'm not going to count this as a loss. Because that would be a very, very short Nuzlocke. Then again, I might actually win this. Oh, that's why I didn't get confused after Petal Dance before, I guess, because own tempo. Okay, I could have maybe won this if it didn't use Try Attack as much. Just doing one more press instead of Try Attack would have been able to win this. Point number 2. This is gonna be so fun to watch. It's probably gonna be annoying. You're all like, oh, please, just get to the point already. I'm recording this first episode, and I'm actually kind of sick. I'm not like very like annoyingly painful, like nothing bad. It's an Explode. Really, really interesting Pokemon around here. Nothing too bad, don't worry. It's just my throat is actually killing me. I don't know if you guys can hear my voice sounding any different from usual, other than the fact that I'm probably going to use other post-processing on this audio than I would on my voiceovers, at least to some extent. Maybe I won't, I don't fucking know. I'll see that in about like 20 minutes when I'm editing the audio. I don't think you guys probably will be able to hear anything different. And Wish is actually very annoying. But believe me when I say, I feel different. It's actually killing me. Why are you doing it then? Because I'm bored. You know how boring being sick is? It's like, I'm laying on my bed all day long, just watching some YouTube stuff. Been doing that for hours. I had to get up this morning at 9 o'clock, which you might think, oh, well, you could sleep in. No. 9 o'clock is very, very early for me. I had to wake up at 9 o'clock for an exam at 10 o'clock. That's all fine and dandy. I kind of like failed the exam, so I had to retake it. That's a whole other story from a whole other day. And then I don't know how this ends up happening, right? But I entered a classroom when we're taking the exam, and the teacher's like, okay, so this is a you're redoing this exam, and I'm kind of just going to give you the same exam I did before, the ones you didn't like. I mean, obviously we all failed it, so probably a good idea. The thing is, though, the exam is composed of multiple parts, like 2 or 3 parts. And most of the people there only failed one or the other. There's 3 parts to the exam, 2 of which we had to retake. One of those you probably failed, and the other, mostly people didn't fail. So, seeing as how we could just redo the same exam, I literally had prepared the things I needed to prepare at home. So I literally showed up, heard that, downloaded the previous exam I did, because I still had that in my Google Drive, and not even half an hour later, I left after checking everything over to make sure, you know, is this actually the thing I did last time, or is this some like intermediate stuff which I for some reason saved in my drive? So I checked everything. That took me about half an hour, and then I just went home. But I felt horrible. Not like emotionally because, oh, I didn't do anything. No, physically, I felt horrible during that whole time because I wasn't feeling so well the last couple of days. That's fine. I mean, it tends to happen, especially in stressful situations, and I'm in exam period, so yeah, okay, I've been working quite a lot. So your body takes a toll on you. And then I have to wake up at 9 o'clock, which is at least an hour and a half earlier than I would usually do, and I didn't particularly go to sleep early last night either, which that's my fault, but I wouldn't have been able to fall asleep anyway. Also, I'm possibly going to die again in this battle, but we'll see about that. Then I go to school, take the exam, well, hand over the papers I already handed over last time, with some of those having a few differences in them. Hopefully that's enough for me not to fail this time around, we'll see. Keep you guys up to date on that. And then I go home, and I still feel horrible. I had a... what did I have for breakfast? I think... something that you shouldn't have for breakfast. I don't even remember what it was. The only thing I remembered was like, it's the only thing I can get right now. I'm hungry as shit and it's full of sugar. And honestly, I needed that because I felt like, not literally I was going to collapse, but I felt quite horrible. So I figured a little bit of sugar in my system wouldn't hurt that much. Maybe I should have just had normal breakfast, but I felt not good when I woke up. So there's no chance in hell I was eating anything right after waking up this morning. And then after being awake for just over an hour or so, I started to actually get hungry, and then I just bought the first thing I saw, which I think it was a muffin. I think it was a muffin, which isn't a good breakfast whatsoever. And then I came home, and I tried not to fall asleep because like, oh man, it's like 11 now. I shouldn't fall asleep at 11 because I'll wake up at like 1 and I won't be able to sleep properly at night either because it's gonna be a whole thing. And then at about 1 o'clock I fell asleep and I didn't wake up until 3. So that failed horribly. Time for lunch, right? I mean, second breakfast I guess because I just woke up from a rather long nap. So what did I have for lunch? I mean, I already had a bad breakfast. I had a muffin for breakfast, so you would think you make yourself a decent lunch, just some kind of sandwich. No, I ate a chocolate bar. Because I couldn't be bothered to make myself a sandwich because I was feeling so horrible. And with the same logic there, I figured, you know what? I feel like most of my issues are because I, 1, haven't had good sleep lately, 2, have been stressed lately, and number 3, I really do feel like I could use some more sugar in my system. This is how you get diabetes, by the way. So I ate an entire chocolate bar for lunch. Then I felt even worse, because no shit, eating an entire chocolate bar for lunch after having a muffin for breakfast will make you feel actually horrible. I mean, I know this. I knew this when I was eating. I'm so lucky that I encountered Lugia again for the first encounter on this route, now that I do have balls. Oh, when did I get amnesia? Okay, anyway. I knew this when I was eating it. I knew this was gonna probably make me feel either a lot better or a lot worse. It ended up making me feeling a lot worse. Kind of could have figured that before eating it. So then I just lay on my bed for about 2 hours, having a headache. I still kind of do have a headache, so again, not a great idea to be recording this right now. I'm probably not going to be able to catch this Lugia, by the way, just so you know. And, well, the rest is history, because after the headache faded a little bit, and I think... You know that feeling when you just lay down when you don't feel well, and you look at the clock and you're like, have I really been laying down for another hour? And you're not sure whether or not you've been asleep, but you think you haven't, because usually when you wake up from a sleep, you're like a little drowsy, you know, and even if it's a short nap, you can feel the fact that you've been asleep. But sometimes you just spend an hour and it feels like 10 minutes, so probably you were sleeping. You can't recall anything that happened in the YouTube videos that we're watching. Actually, as a matter of fact, you're not even watching the same video you were when you put on YouTube because it's autoplay. But you don't feel like you've slept one bit. You guys know that feeling? I can't be the only one who gets that. I mean, I don't only get that when I feel a little ill, I just get that when I'm tired and honestly when I'm bored. So then I wake up, or I get up, I don't know if I've been asleep, but let's assume I was asleep, I wake up, and I just feel a lot better, still a little bit of a headache, but now I'm mostly bored and can't sit still. I've been sitting still for all day, I've gone to school, done the exam, come back home, and that didn't even wiggle once, holy fuck. And at some point you just become restless, especially since there's a butt ton of sugar in my system at this point, so I'm thinking, well, let's just try and record an episode, and that is why I'm recording an episode, the first episode of a new Let's Play, while I'm ill. That point also took me 10 minutes to get across. Get used to this is how I talk, this is how I present my stories. Please, Lugia, just stay in the fucking ball. I was gonna say thank you very much because you worked 3 times. I legitimately forgot that after working 3 times you also need the little sparks. I've only got 2 balls left. Okay, we'll make a deal, right? If you stay, you'll be able to survive and you'll be a very powerful addition to my team. If you don't stay in this next ball, I will have to kill you and get a shit ton of experience for it. But I would rather not, and I don't think you would like to die either. So, okay, so maybe you are suicidal. I'll try and help you with that. Just Sky Uppercut me, do 1 more HP of damage because you're useless like that. And now you are actually going to die. After I do a pedal dance. If you would have survived that, I would have been a little mad because that would have meant that the 3 wiggle attempts we had probably would have caught him. 94 experience, that's on the one hand side very good because Lucky Tongue is going to get rather powerful rather quickly, especially if I would have wanted to grind here against the Lugias. Lugias can't really do much against me, while they do give a good amount of experience because, yeah, they are legendary Pokemon. But I still need to be able to attack things without them dying because I need to capture them. Like on route, I think it's 103 on the north of what's the town we're heading to? I don't even know. And last thing, and then we're going to end up this first episode, is the length of these episodes. And you probably will notice already that these are a little bit longer than I would usually do for a Let's Play, especially in Nuzlocke. Nuzlocke's I would usually critical hit. Oh no, that did 3 HP, I believe. I'm so fucking scared. Usually my Nuzlocke's episodes would be between 15 and maybe 20, heading to 25 if necessary minutes. I mean, Pokemon through the years always was 30 because we did 2 hours of recording at a time and only 1 video a week. And only 1 video a week is going to stay. I just got a message which I looked over. 1 video a week is definitely going to be a thing here because I don't want to do daily uploads on this. I just want to do 1 video a week. So yeah, this is going to be the 1 video. I didn't want to encounter something, but my controller just... A Sparrow. I want to just do this because I just want a little bit of talking room to you guys and just discussion, even though it's not live. super effective. That's the first time I used a grass type move against a Spearow and learned that is apparently, in fact, a super effective move. I'm going to attempt... I'm getting a lot of messages about things which I will have to respond to after this episode. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, one video a week, half an hour long. I am aiming for Sundays. Let's not... Oh, I was gonna say, let's not go any without any Pokeballs. That would actually be a very bad idea. So, balls. I lost quite a few Pokédollars losing to May that first time. That wasn't an ideal circumstance there. If I had 200 more Pokédollars, I would have been able to get 10 balls and get a Premier Ball for free, which I don't think it's going to matter too much, but might as well just get that free ball. Am I right? Okay, so we're going to get an Aron, which isn't going to be too useful right away, but Aggron is actually a rather powerful Pokemon. That being said, without a Steel type, because it's probably not going to be Steel type, and it's probably going to be that actually, because I didn't notice it's level 2 until now. Okay. Okay. It's already got Flamethrower. Never mind, it's actually... No, don't. Battle Dance is a 2-turn move. Fuck. Okay, it's that. Never mind. We're not gonna get an Aggron. Fine. In that case, let's attempt... It's Odile time. I now remember because I could read it. Let's try Route 102. Which is... It's strange how this is Route 10 Ludicolo. Okay. It's strange how this is Route 102 and the other Route 103, because you go to the other one first, and it's also part of a route later on. It's a little bit weird why it's 103, or is it 113? Honestly, I'm not sure. Okay, so usually this would do Jackal against a Ludicolo. Right now, it's going to do a little too much, because it's going to probably kill it. Or leave it at 1 HP. Please leave it at 1 HP. Because I really want this Ludicolo. I didn't get this Ludicolo. Switch is level 9 though. I think Switch is going to be a very, very useful addition to our team. A first addition. So it's not really an addition, it's more the formation of the team, isn't it? Let's go get this potion. Just because. And I think that is going to pretty much wrap up the first episode of our Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke. So if you've enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, which I already said before. I really need to get back into the groove of Let's Playing. So, bell icon, that's a new thing since last I did Let's Plays. I mean, it's pretty much the same outro I do for my top 10 videos and top 5 videos, but those I usually retake 2 or 3 times because they don't usually go that well the first time, and this is all live. I mean, it's not live, but it's... I can't redo takes. See you next week. Same time, same place. Bye.